Uh, yeah. Yeah.
What's up, everyone? It's Patrick Blazek from Team Dynamic Discs, PDGA number 25325 here at the Memorial. We're going to go through an in the bag for what I got set up for here. Let's start off with my putters. I got quite a few that I throw. So I putt with the Mercy, the hard Mercies. I do max weight on all my putters. I like using these just because they have a decent amount of glide, but they're still stable, so you can trust them. I use them for in the circle and outside the circle jump putts. And then I also use one a little softer for throwing up shots, probably up to just about 200 feet. Just nice straight shot, nice and glidey. Really good for throwing those up shots. Next, let's go with, I just put the new Swan, the reborn Swan, in the bag. I needed something that was nice and easy to turn over and just hold and doesn't come out. And it's really touchy, so you really only want to use these for probably up to about 150 feet. But it's really nice and really effortless to throw. Next, I got the Pure. This thing is just super straight. Get it online there for you. Super straight. I throw this off the tee mainly. I can throw this easily over 300 feet. Mainly use it for about 200 to 350 foot shots. Just super straight, super fast for a putter. I've never thrown any putter that goes as far. Great putter for throwing anyways. Next I have two super stable, well, let's go with this one. I got my Suspect. This is a key disc in my bag. Straight to slightly overstable. Great for all kinds of up shots. If you want to throw, short hyzers. I use it a lot for my sidearm, touch sidearm shots. Usually up to 300 feet, not too much more than that, but great disc. You can really trust it for almost any shot. And then next I got a Harp. This is just really stable, short range disc. Throw it for hyzers. Really just hyzers. Throw it for hyzers, backhand hyzers under probably 275 feet, 250. Just super consistent. You know it's going to come in and sit right where you want it to. Doesn't skip too much since it's in that nice BT plastic. I got the medium. Really like this disc too. All right, that should do all my putters. So let's go to mids. For my mid-range, I got a lot of discs in my bag. All right, I throw a Fuse. We'll go understable to stable. I got a Fuse. Most everything's going to be max weight in my bag. I believe this is about a 178. This I only throw for just anhyzers. Big anhyzers. This thing will turn and never come out. You just throw it and it just turns, and you can throw it around any trees, or you can throw it nice and soft and it'll go nice and straight for you. Great for the woods. And then I also have the Claymore. This is becoming one of my favorite discs. Just super straight, super glidey. Perfect for 300 to 350 foot shots. You really just use it, just throw it straight as an arrow, and I trust it every time I throw it. I highly recommend getting the Claymore. Next I got a couple Truths. They're pretty much the exact same. I really like the opaque Truths. It's like the earlier run of them. They seem to be a little more stable and they're faster than my Claymore, so I use them when I need to throw just a little bit further than the Claymore, up to about 375. And super trustworthy. I know this thing ain't gonna flip over and dump right on me. It just goes straight or just finishes a little left. Yeah, so if I want to go just a little further than the Claymore, I step up to the Truth. And then my last mid in my bag is a Verdict. It's a nice complement to the Truth. You just need a little bit more stability, a little less distance. I step up to the Verdict. I know this thing's going to go left. It gets a little bit of glide for being pretty stable, but it's really good for about 350 feet. I use this a lot. Next, I got a couple Tridents. Neither of these fly at all the same. This one's actually kind of understable, and this one's very stable, but I think it's because this one's really beat. So I use this for my touch sidearms, just up to about 300 feet, maybe a little longer, just if I need to hit a nice tight fairway and then still trust it to come back a little bit. I'll throw this one. And then this I really just use for backhands, shorter backhands. It's got a nice, the Trident has a nice blunt edge, so you know it's not going to skip much. You can trust it. It's just going to come in and kind of just sit. It's pretty predictable. It's one of the most predictable, I'd say, fairway drivers in our whole lineup of the trilogy of Dynamic, West Side, and Latitude. But I highly recommend this disc too. You can really trust it. And then next, another disc you got to have, the Felon. You hear everybody talking about it. It's because it's a great disc. I just have one in my bag because it's so consistent. You don't really need anything else. Another one. They don't really beat in much. They just kind of stay true to the flight. They're nice and stable, but they have some glide to them. So if I need to throw a hyzer, a spike hyzer around 350, and just have it stick in the ground, I throw the Felon. It's a great disc. Let's see, my last overstable driver is a stiletto. I mainly just use this for sidearms. If that I want to make sure go right, and I usually don't use this over 300, 325. It's super stable. This one's really beat in, so I can get some glide out of it, but this thing skips like crazy too. So usually if I'm playing a skip shot, I'll throw the stiletto for sure. Okay, next we'll go to fairway drivers. I got a River. Just great for throwing slower straight shots to big antes. I usually use this under 375, probably 325, 375. Just nice straight shots. You can really trust the River to just hold a line and then finish nice and just flat, and it won't skip on you too much. Really trustworthy straight shot. Next is an Escape. I've had this in my bag since we started making discs. It has not come out of my bag ever. I can bomb this thing straight and it just holds forever. I can throw this thing up to probably 470 feet. I usually don't choose to do that, but it can go super far. Usually 400 to 450 is the range I use this in, just to go straight as an arrow. It's so straight, so really good disc. I highly recommend Escapes. Next, I got a St. Pro. It's just a step up from my Escape for stability. If I want to make sure I can hold a line straight and then have the fade at the end, or just make sure if there's a little bit of wind, I can club up to this so I know it'll hold straight and barely finish left. Probably about 375 to 400 feet. Most of the time I'm throwing this. All right, next I got distance drivers. Let's go. I got a Havoc. This is mainly just for rollers, big distance rollers, probably 450 to over 500 feet. Or just big anhizers that I don't want to come out. I just hold it and just never come out. The Havoc's a great disc for that shot. Next, I got a couple Trespasses. Got one nice and beat. It's pretty flippy. These are I tend to choose to throw Trespasses for my distance. It's a speed 12 disc, but the rim is super comfortable in your hand, and the glide on these are amazing. And I mean, I can get them out over just over 500 feet. So I just prefer the comfort in the hand, the rim width. It's really easy to control the disc and still get that nice long distance without having to, you know, overturn it. You know, you can just throw it on a nice little hyzer and it'll flatten out and it'll just ride forever. But the green one, this one is pretty brand new. I got out here for the Memorial just to have a little more stability and make sure I can trust the disc to hold that nice straight line. And then this one I just got for, you know, a nice long turnover S shot. So a little step up from the Havoc that I throw. Yeah, so Trespass is probably my main distance driver. And then next I got a couple Worlds. I throw the World mainly for sidearm. I like the flat Worlds. They crush sidearm. I instantly added like probably 40 feet to my sidearm, stepping up to the World or finding the World. I can smash these probably up to 400 feet, which that's about as far as I can throw a sidearm, but super consistent. I can get nice S-shot sidearms out of the World, the beat-in one anyways. But and then I have a brand new one just for out here. just so I can kind of put a little more on it and make sure that it'll kind of hold those sidearms. And then last of all, I got my most stable distance driver in my bag. I got 2 enforcers. I got a Fusion and a Bio Fusion. I typically throw this one just when I want to mash hard on it and know that it will not flip at all, and it'll just go. I can get these probably 450. They're really stable, but they still have good glide to them, which is awesome because you can still throw them into headwinds on distance holes and know they're not going to flip on you. And they'll just come back, and you just know where they're going to land. You know, if there's OB around and it's a wide open hole, you want to throw an enforcer. You know you're going to land safe. And then the Biofusion is just a little straighter, but it's still super stable. You just get a little more glide out of it. And I just throw this if I want to go a little bit further. So it's just a nice complement to the other one. And that is what's in my bag. Thanks.